Hey guys, so it's been a really long time since I last did a video. I think it's actually been 5 months, which is absolutely crazy because it feels like that's gone really quickly, but also I feel sad that I kind of haven't posted in 5 months. If you've never watched my channel before, my name is Florrie. I'm 23 and my YouTube channel is mostly it first started with my eating disorder because I'm in recovery from anorexia. It then kind of went on to me coming out because I'm gay, and then it kind of just went from there, this and that. I kind of want to keep it mental health based, as I think it's really important and mental health should be spoken about, and I think I have a lot to say because I have experienced lots of different mental health stuff. I also have type 2 bipolar. Bipolar is a mood disorder, so you swing from extreme highs and extreme lows, and there's kind of a middle in between. And I have done videos on bipolar like months and months back. You have to look back through my channel. So yeah, that is me. And where have I been for 5 months? I wish I had something super exciting to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't. Quite a lot has happened, and I have kind of been vlogging because I've been trying so hard to get back into my YouTube, but kind of my mental health went really downhill. So every time I vlogged, I kind of just wasn't happy with it, and I didn't feel confident enough to post it because as more and more time went by, I was like, oh my god, do I even know how to do YouTube anymore? So there was a big gap, but I think the gap was really important for me because I really kind of kept myself away from social media for 5 months. I did kind of post on Instagram a bit, but not as much as I used to, and I feel really refreshed from it, and I feel in a way it's helped me grow up even more, if that makes sense, because kind of previous relationships, not necessarily on my part, but social media was a massive part of our lives. It kind of came in between us because more time was spent looking at phones than actual person interaction. But my relationship that I'm in now, I'm with a girl called Courtney, and bless her, she puts up with so much with me with my bipolar and everything. I'm sure sometimes I'm very difficult for her, but she is understanding of bipolar, she's understanding of me, she's patient, and I try and be as open and transparent as I can with her. And I think that's important when you have bipolar. It's a very difficult thing to live with. I mean, there is easy at points, but there are times obviously that is going to be difficult, and it's also going to be difficult for other people around you because they kind of live with bipolar as well, if that makes sense, as they're living with you and you've got bipolar. So she's really good at keeping me happy, and I just think it's really nice, and we get on so well, and we spend a lot of time together, and we actually have conversations, which is really nice. And I've never had proper conversations in a relationship before, and I love conversations, so that's really important for me. For people who might have watched my channel before, you might remember that I take medication called lamotrigine for my bipolar, and something called sertraline, which is kind of more for anxiety and depression. Part of the reason also I haven't been on here for 5 months is that, like I said kind of a minute ago, that my mental health really went downhill. I was kind of crazy depressed for like 3 months, and it felt like, okay, like how to explain bipolar medication. The medication isn't going to make your bipolar disappear, it's just going to help you manage it. So you will still feel a bit of the up and down, but it shouldn't be as extreme as it was before. But it seemed that my medication wasn't helping me manage as well as it had been. And as I say, I was just crashing for about 3 months, getting worse and worse. And Courtney was noticing it, my stepmom was noticing it, and I was noticing it within myself. I was really struggling to have a job. I was really struggling to go out the house. I didn't want to I stopped doing my makeup and hair and everything for ages because I just didn't really care what I looked like. And so recently I had an appointment with my bipolar specialist. It was actually a 2-hour appointment. Firstly, it was with a nurse, and she was asking me so many questions, and then my bipolar consultant came in at the end, kind of had an update from the nurse, and he spoke to me as well. And he kind of was like, okay, wow, you should not be feeling as bad as you are, seeing as you're on very strong medication as it is. And I kind of lead a very active lifestyle, which is important with bipolar, is kind of to have fitness in your life, because fitness, why did it just go so dark? Fitness is good for anybody, especially if you struggle with mental health, because of the endorphins it releases, and it's a stress reliever as well, which everyone gets stressed, but especially with mental health it can feel like your brain is literally scrambled and you don't know what to do. So he was like, okay, you should be feeling a lot better than you are. So he's put me on a third medication, which I'll write it at the bottom because I think I will probably say it wrong. Quetiapine, I can't remember, but it begins with a Q, and this medication has got a scarier title, and it kind of made me feel a bit like, oh dear, because when I read the kind of leaflet papery thing that comes inside the box, it's known as an antipsychotic medication, which made me feel a bit uneasy, and I was like, this seems really extreme, like it's a big deal, that word, I think, personally. And then I kind of thought, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, this is who I am, and I'm going to take this medication and it's going to help me. And it has. And my girlfriend kind of has mentioned, she said to me, I think it was a couple of days ago, she was like, I can see a real difference in you already, and she was like, you're not crying every day, which is a plus. And I've now got a new job, so I feel like I'm getting on top of things. And as I say, I've been making vlogs but not really feeling confident enough to post them, and I have just kind of today woken up and thought, I'm in a position where I can vlog. I feel confident enough to, I feel like I have stuff to say, I feel like my mind is kind of stable enough. So that is where I've been for 5 months. I've been taking a break, which has been really helpful to me. I have been kind of building this amazing new relationship with Courtney and spending time with my family, which I just haven't been able to do in such a long time. And kind of to finish the video, there's something that I want to read to you guys, which I found today actually, which I think is just a really cool thing to kind of remember and think about. So I'll just get my phone. I just need to find it quickly. It's actually a song lyrics, but they speak it in the song. So this song is GFY by Dennis Lloyd, and I'm really into his music at the moment. Courtney, I'm obsessed with Courtney, so I'm going to name drop her whenever I can. She actually showed me Dennis Lloyd, and I just really like his stuff now, and I love hearing new music. So it says, whether your relationship is awful, good or great, we don't like endings, we don't like to lose things, and especially we don't like to lose things that are important to us. Make no mistake, relationships are the single most important thing to you in your life. It's the source of all your best memories. It's the source of all your worst memories. When you think back on your life, when you're 100 years old, you look back over the course of your lifetime, you're not going to think, I wish I owned a better phone. I wish I spent more time on the internet. I wish I spent more time at work or sleeping. It's not going to be any of those kinds of things. It's going to be that you wish you spent more time with the people that you love. I'm not too good at reading under pressure, even though I'm talking to myself on a camera, so I might have got a little bit mixed up on that, but you get what I'm trying to say. And I think it is really true. And I've been guilty of getting caught up in social media, especially like really kind of far back in my Instagram posts, maybe 2 years. There's a lot of fitness posts there, and my account kind of became a fitness account. I'm happy that I did that because it helped me with my eating disorder. It was a visual diary for me to show that my body was getting stronger and stronger, but I did become almost obsessed with it, and it kind of put me in this light where I couldn't not be a fitness person because I was getting more and more and more kind of followers, I was getting more and more likes, and I was like, oh my goodness, I have to maintain this body, because if not, people are going to think, why is she falling off the wagon, if you know what I mean. And I'm sure people wouldn't have thought that, but so I'm just saying that I am guilty of spending too much time on the internet, but I really don't do that anymore. And as I say, these 5 months have done wonders for me, and I know that I've come a long way because I really have found kind of the past 5 months really tricky and very challenging. But as I say, I feel like I'm doing better now, and this is kind of my comeback video. Kind of, if you've never watched my videos before, hey, welcome to my channel. And yeah, it's I'm happy to be back, and I am going to be more, what's the word? I'm really going to push myself to post regularly. Me and Courtney are going to Manchester this week to see my brother and his girlfriend, and it's the first time my brother's met Courtney, so that should be good. I might do some filming up there. And yeah, as I say in all of my videos, you are worth all the happiness in the world, and you really are. And I've been trying to practice that myself, because I don't really practice what I preach. I'm always telling other people to be happy, look after yourself, put yourself first, but I don't personally do that, so I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I've been trying to practice that, and all of you and me, we really are worth all the happiness. So go be amazing, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.